Hello, everyone. Welcome to day 3 of the Virtual Student and Young Professional. You must have been having a fantastic time with us for the past 2 days. Today we have a lot of presentations to carry out, and our host today will be the Greece section. My name is Engineer Abdulatif Aliyu, and I'm one of the organizers of the virtual seat, and also I'm with the young professional. Enough of the introduction. We're here to enjoy today. Our host will be the Greece session, and here I would like to introduce to you Georgia, and she's here. She'll be joining us very soon. And after that, we're going to have a talk by the PES. We have with us today the PES president, Frank Lambert, and I will introduce him soon. And also we have Simay Akar, which is the vice chair of the PES Young Professional. So without more further ado, I would like to introduce to you Georgia Iria Saridaki from Greece. It's your day, so let's see what you have for us today in the virtual seat. All right, Aria?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, very loud and clear.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Georgia Saridaki, and I represent the IEEE Greece Section, currently serving as the section student representative for the past 2 years. First of all, I would like to thank the amazing R8vSYP Congress Organizing Committee for their commitment and the great work they do. Even though the circumstances do not allow us an in-person meeting, they did their best to bring us together. And for that, I'm sure that we are all really grateful. I would also like to thank the IEEE Greece Section Chair, Konstantina Nikita, for her continuous support, our lecturer, Dr. Despina Moshu, for giving us the presentation today, and our Greek ambassador, Katerina Mitsopoulou. Okay, so let's start. Let me share my screen. Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we're fine. We can see you.
Okay, thank you. So, let's start. The IEEE Greece section has a total of 1,500 members. Among them, approximately 350 are student members. It was founded in 1970, so that means that this year we're celebrating 50 years of service. And for that reason, we created the logo that you can see in your screen. Moving forward to the next slide, our section has a total of 12 technical chapters, 8 subcommittees, 3 affinity groups, 15 student branches, and 20 student chapters. You can find the complete list of the OUs and their officers at IEEE.gr. So, what exactly do we do? In 2018, we hosted the 110th IEEE Region 8 Committee meeting in Athens. We also support IEEE conferences and technical meetings, such as the IEEE Spoken Language Technology, the IEEE International Conference on High Voltage Engineering and Application, and the 118th IEEE Region 8 Committee meeting. But then the coronavirus outbreak happened. So as every team, we had to adapt to the new virtual reality. We organized a series of virtual events with extinguished lecturers and some workshops on the topic of soft skills and 3D printing workshop. We had plenty of free time during the quarantine, so we co-organized a chess tournament with our neighbors, the IEEE Turkey section. In the next slide, you can see the list of the IEEE Greece Sections Award. In 2017, we received the Regionate Outstanding Large Section Award. We also received 19 student awards over the years. And this year, one of our students, Dimitris Zaras, was one of the 5 students globally to be awarded the 2020 IEEE PAS Student Scholarship. It is worth noting that we have a list of ongoing projects. In June 2020, the proposal for the creation of a collaborative working space for the section and its OUs was approved. The chairs will be responsible to upload the reported actions of their groups, share their best practices, and of course their future plans. We also launched our LinkedIn page and a Women Engineering Facebook page for the Greek chapter. We are also planning to release a newsletter which will include all the IEEE Greece sections related news. As far as the IEEE Day is concerned, we are organizing a series of virtual events and some workshops for our participation at the IEEE Extreme Programming Competition. As I mentioned before, we have 15 student branches in universities all over Greece. We organize competition such as local rounds of the IEEE Extreme and hackathons. Last year, 78 teams from Greece participated at the IEEE Extreme competition. We also organize workshops on Arduino and other programming languages, these workshops and many other events. One of my favorite events is Lab Day, which is held every year at the National Technical University of Athens and aims at connecting the students with the laboratories, which is a very important part of the academic community. We are also really proud of the Hermes team, which is consisted of IEEE Greek students. They're developing an exoskeleton to help people with disabilities. Last but not least, there is my favorite part. Where do we meet? The IEEE Hellenic Student and Young Professional Congress is one of the most important initiatives of the IEEE Greece section. During the conferences, the representatives of the student branches present their work, meet each other, participate in workshops, and share their vision for our institute. Its latest edition was held in Xanthi in 2019. We also meet at the regional congresses. I wasn't able to attend to the last one, but I was informed that we were one of the biggest and loudest teams, so you may remember us. In 2018, we organized our first summer camp, and in 2019, we participated in the Electrical and Computer Engineering Student Conference, where we had our first Pan-Hellenic meetup. As you can see in the pictures, we had a great time, we met each other, and we planned a lot of future actions. We're really passionate about what we're doing, and we can get really crazy sometimes, as you can see. As you already know, the section student representative is a student who represents all the students within a section. I couldn't be more proud of being the representative of all these amazing IEEE Greek students. If you want to hear more from us, you can follow us on our social media. And finally, to conclude, being an IEEE officer is a very challenging task, full not only with unforgettable moments, international friendships, and great events, but also with responsibilities and things that can change us. One of my advice to the youngest volunteers would be not to ever forget the purpose we serve as IEEE members, to advance technology for humanity and consequently build an even better world. It is one of my great beliefs that even one person can make a difference. So just think for a moment. What will happen if many more work together for a good purpose? Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Irish. We're glad to know about Greece Section. And for those of you delegates, please stick with us to the end of today. Greece Section is coming up with a fantastic program later in the day, so I advise you all to stick around. But in the meantime, thank you, Irish. Thank you for joining us, and we'll enjoy the rest of the program. So
Thank
now
you.
we'll be moving forward for what we have lined up for today. We have the PS president with us today, um, Frank Lambert, and also we have Simay Akar that will be joining Frank to do the presentation. Hi, Simay.
Hello, Abdul. Hello, Frank.
Yeah,
We're
so
very
it's
happy
nice.
to be here.
Yeah, it's very happy to be here. Everybody's happy to be here. We're happy to see you. No, don't use a box, right? So, for the next couple of minutes, Frank and Sime will be talking us through the humanitarian impact the IEEE Power Energy Society are doing. And we're happy to have with us the President, Frank Lampard. I was telling people that this time last year, Frank was in Abuja, Nigeria, having good time with us. But unfortunately, this is the new norm, but it's okay. And also, just to introduce to everyone, Simay Akar is a lady that we adore in Region 8. She's wearing many caps, but now she's representing the Vice President of the Young Professional. So I'll leave both of you to do your thing. So I'll just be at the background. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, Abdul. And hello, everyone. We're very happy to be here on behalf of Power Energy Society. And today that we were actually hosting the session on behalf of young professionals about Power Energy PS, Power Energy Society. And actually, we are very privileged to have our IEEE PS president, Frank Lambert, with us. So, I would like to introduce Frank, and today we will highlight humanitarian impact of IEEE Power Energy Society. First, Frank will do the presentation to all of us, and then later on, I will just mention a little bit more about what IEEE Young Professionals is doing. So we're very honored to have Frank. So I would like to give floor to Frank, and we'll listen to your presentation. We are not hearing. Let's check if you're muted.
Maybe they muted me.
Oh, we are hearing you all.
Okay, good.
Wonderful.
All right. It seems like only yesterday I met you in Ankara.
Absolutely. In the first PS Student Congress.
PES Student Congress. Wow. It's awesome, right?
It is.
I'm going to share my screen and start talking about some of the things that we've been engaged at that really excite students. And I've been a PES member for a long time, so that makes me a life member, right? It does. Can you see my screen okay?
Perfect. I can see it.
Okay. So I went to Haiti the first time with my church in 2013, and I was blown away. I had never been to a place like that. I mean, you can't describe it. Even pictures don't do it justice. But, you know, it's an island country, about like 11 million inhabitants on the Haiti side of the island. And over 7 million have no access at all to electricity. And that just kind of broke my heart. I came back and went again in 2014, and they were the mission group that we were working with was developing plans for a new healthcare medical center up in the mountains, totally off the grid. And they wondered if we could do anything. And I said, sure. And I went back to Georgia Tech and talked to our Georgia Tech Power and Energy student chapter. And wow, they got excited, and they got excited quick. You can see here the area outlined. It's on the border with the Dominican Republic. They both share the same island, but it's totally off the grid up in the mountain. And the area is called Toman. Here's kind of a picture of the surrounding villages. And some of you may know that in 2010, Haiti suffered a very severe earthquake. And at the time these slides were made, many people were still living in tent villages. And in 2014, we went and ministered into some of those tent villages. But the mission center was moving forward, and they were looking to build and complete in November. They didn't quite make the November 14 target, but soon thereafter, you see the picture here. We made that picture when we arrived with myself and 2 Georgia Tech students to really scope out the project, really design the project, see all the loads that they had, and see the roof area they had for the PV panels, room for the battery and inverters and all of that. And we got there on the opening week. And this was in, I think, February of 2015. And the picture on the left is one of the visiting medical teams. And then the picture on the right, the word gets out pretty quick that, wow, the medical center is open. And there were patients lined up everywhere. So here's a list of our goals. And the reason I'm hitting this is because these things really excite not only young professionals, but also students. And the opportunity to design a microgrid, to really do some good work up in the mountains, totally off the grid, to help people, to provide medical care, food, and pharmacy, and all of those things. And we had a plan to come back and design the system, and then to go back at the end of spring semester in 2016, the next spring, and to install it. And so we got the ideas, got all the pictures, got all the measurements, and then we went back. So here's some pictures from the site visit. Since this is a Region 8 meeting, the top left picture, the guy with the Georgia Tech hat on, he's Hungarian, Szilard Liptak. He's an awesome young man. He came and he was one of our graduate students involved in the PES chapter. The guy on the right that's smiling is now Dr. Felipe Loren. He was from Region 9, however, in Chile. And they were having fun with one of the little kids up there playing around with a clamp-on meter. And here's a picture of Szilard doing the roof measurements up on the ladder. And I think Szilard, Felipe was shaking the ladder for Szilard. And they brought their computer with them. We used Homer for all of the programs to estimate the size of the panels, the batteries, and the inverter, all of the system. And this was the design they came up with a 7.35 kilowatt PV panels, battery bank of 1,500 amp hours, and around a 7 kilowatt inverter. So they came back to Georgia Tech, and we designed the system. And then the work began, right? Once you have a design, then you can reach out for donations. We contacted a former student that ended up being a vice president for Schneider Electric in the U.S. He was able to get Schneider to donate the inverter, the switchgear, the charge controllers. All of that was donated. This was the last piece of the pie. We got the panels from Georgia Tech left over from a old DOE project. They were just in storage with nobody to use them. So we got those for free. And then the batteries. We couldn't find anybody that knew anybody with one of the battery companies. And it was just kind of wait around and see and wait and see. Here's a picture of the installation on the rooftop of the medical center. For we had 3 arrays of panels from Soniva, and we got all those installed. And here's our kind of getting things together. This was in, fast forward a year. This is February 20th of 2016. This was out behind our lab at Georgia Tech with some of the students involved in the project. Here's our two prime guys, Lambert and Felipe. They're still heavily involved. And they're obviously, we got a few more of our students. Nishant, he is almost ready to be Dr. Nishant Villicante. He's close. Alex has already graduated and working at Georgia Power, but a lot of these kids really got involved and took hold. So we wanted to make sure everything worked. So we put it together, checked it out at our Georgia Power facility, Georgia Tech facility, excuse me, the lab, and tried everything out. And then logistics. One of these projects is, you know, it can live or die by logistics. So the group that we were working in helped us and found a 20-foot shipping container. And as you can see, the shipping container is pretty much full, and they were about ready to close the door. The real key to the puzzle is this guy on the right. His name is Jeremiah DeBrover, and he also now has a doctor in front of his name. And when the students, we were trying to find someone that knew someone in a battery company, Jeremiah raised his hand and said, well, my dad used to work for Trojan. Wow, that changed everything. So Jeremiah was the key that got all of those batteries donated. And you know, if we had to go out and buy that stuff, it was well over $100,000. So everything came together, and thanks to Jeremiah, we had batteries. Here's the travel team. Obviously, we picked up a few extra bodies, right? Do these kids look excited like the pictures you saw before of young professionals? They do. And here's our stalwarts. So here's Szilárd and Felipe ready to go, and they got a lot more of our students to go help them. And they even let me go, right? Did I get it? I'm back in the picture. Yeah, I'm back there. Yeah, they let me go with them. So we had, this is in May of 2016. And here we are at the Toman Center. And if you do one of these trips, safety should be number one on your priority list. And as you see here, we start, you know, all of our days with a safety meeting, making sure everybody knows what they're doing, making sure everybody's got the proper tools and equipment and knows what to do. So safety meetings are very important. You see anything weird in this picture? We took a drone with us, and one of the students had one and said, sure, bring it. We got a lot of great pictures from the drone, but you can't imagine the looks on the kids' faces there up in the mountains in Haiti. They had never seen a drone, and it was just kind of a great conversation piece. So here they are getting ready to put on the PV panels on the roof. Here they are coming together. Nice slant to the roof so you don't have to fall off, and getting everything wired up. Can you guess? These batteries are heavy, right? They are, and that's why we let the girls do this part. No, they were working on putting the batteries together, getting all the connections brushed, and putting inhibitor on and getting everything tight. Here's the group doing the wiring, and everybody got to work, even Felipe over there on the left. And we let girls help too. They're great helpers. And we provided guidance and instruction and got everybody something to do, got them involved, and it all came together. We did put everything together and went through a lot of initial checkout testing phases. Here's a list of all the tests that were performed, because when you do this, you want to make sure that you leave it, 100% operational, because there's not a guy on call 24/7 down there to go over and troubleshoot it. So making sure everything is right, installed correctly, and working properly is very important. Another thing is very important is training. The guy over on the left with the glasses, he was the resident missionary living there in the complex. So he was the primary person that we trained trained to operate the system, and let him be the one to check everything out, and if there was a problem, to get back with us. So there's Szilard and Felipe doing the training. And here's our parting picture. So we got T-shirts. I guess you know, young professionals, you like T-shirts. So we did T-shirts and had our picture made. And here's Trojan, Schneider, Seneva, IEEE Smart Village, even PolaWire, they donated wire. EPRI also donated funds for the travel. So we're all together in 2016. Let's fast forward. That got a lot of excitement going. And the guy said, well, how can we help now? We've done the center. Well, they got together and we made a report out at Georgia Tech. And our former president of Georgia Tech ended up in the room. And I'm not sure how. I was attending a conference in Singapore at the time, and I joined the meeting over WebEx from Singapore. So I wasn't there physically, but I heard him get up in the back of the room and said, boy, that's great. Y'all have done a great job, but you need to figure out how to scale it. And he threw that out there, and they started scratching their heads. And out of that question from Dr. Wayne Clough, our former president, they came up with this idea to kind of move forward, fast forward 2 years. And here's the team ready to go back to Haiti. Pretty diverse team as well. And they let me go again. The nice lady in the middle with a nice smile on her face, she's actually one of our Georgia Tech track team. She was a track star. And she heard about this and joined us. And wow, we had a great team as well. Not quite as many, but this team, you can see they're still smiling. They picked us up at the airport at a tap. This is the normal transportation in Haiti, kind of these converted buses with lots of seats in there, lots of seats. So this is going out. So here's the projects ready to put together for this trip to do residential PV installations. You might wonder, what's the top priority for electricity in Haiti? And well, lighting. No, not lighting. Cell phone charging. That's the #1 priority for electricity. Most everybody in Haiti has a cell phone, even if they don't have anything to eat. And charging cell phones is definitely a priority. We wanted to be able to also train local Haitian entrepreneurs on installing PV systems and how to develop a business plan so that we can make this sustainable, like Dr. Clough said. And then during the same trip, we wanted to put in a few commercial PV system installations in and around Toman. So those were our 3 projects, and we kind of divided up and had different groups approaching the different areas. The first is the residential PV systems. We designed a small 15-watt panel with a inverter, lead-acid battery that could do 2 LED lights and do cell phone charging. The bill of materials was less than $50. And this seemed like a right way to proceed. So we built 25 and took them with us to Haiti. Part of the trip, we got the local villages to come together, and we showed them the system. We demonstrated the panel, how to hook it up, what it would do. And we got the 25 volunteers recruited there. And we did charge them something for this so that it wasn't just a giveaway. If you haven't worked in one of these areas, giving things away is not recommended because they don't take care of them if you just give them something. So here's the first install going into a house, home in Haiti, showing the LED light and the cell phone charging hooked up. And this kind of shows you the area that you're working in. Here's 2 of our team members getting ready to put on some more systems. This guy here is also graduated. He was our outstanding senior that year at Georgia, or I guess in 18. He stayed another year, got his master's, and now is working at Texas Instruments. So they're getting ready to put on another one. They're putting the panel up and running the cable through the back part of the structure. And some more customer training here, explaining everything. And we thought we had a great design, and it worked and did good. I'll tell you the rest of the story that, well, turns out that the lead acid batteries, because of the lots of cycles on it, the lead acid battery life was not sufficient. So our team now has been redesigning this hut level system with lithium ion batteries so that hopefully we'll have a 10-year life. And we had plans to go back last year, and it didn't happen due to a lot of gang violence and unrest in Haiti. And now with the outbreak of COVID, we couldn't go again this May. So we're in waiting for things to settle down and be ready to take back the revised lithium hut level system. Here's the second team's focus of training local Haitians. And this group was recruited by the Georgia Haitian Chamber of Commerce. The guys sitting around the table. And here's some of our students doing the training. And here's the commercial PV team putting up the panels on a kind of a church community building there in the area. And here's the inside shot after we got everything finished, and there's some smiles on their faces, and got that system working. After the training was completed for the local Haitians, we had materials from that training program, and we said, well, what can we do with those? And they said, well, there's a new elementary school we just built up in the mountains, way up in the mountains. And we said, well, let's take them up there and put them in there. So here we are, carrying everything up the mountain to get to the school. And you see the nice ladders that we had access to put things on the roof. And of course, you know, we didn't damage the roof, but we put the panels up. And it worked. So once again, this school also has PV system for electricity, for lighting, and for the computer for the headmaster. And once again, a nice, happy departure picture. And we didn't have shirts made for 18. I guess some of us wore our 16 shirts. But we still have the Haiti team together. There's a website they put up, GTHaitiSolar.com, if you want to look at that. And the team is getting together now for fall, trying to make plans, and hopefully soon we'll be able to go back to Haiti. Hopefully I've kind of given you a glimpse of some of the things that really do excite students and young professionals. So if you have areas near you where you could pull off one of these trips, I would recommend it to get students involved, young professionals involved. And as we say, you know, we're here to advance technology and humanitarian activities. So this is a great project. So I think that's about it. We got one last shot. Thanks to the Haitian American or Georgia Haitian Chamber of Commerce, we got a lot of PR out of this visit, and we got featured on the news there in Haiti. And here's a shot from the news program. Well, we finished a little early, and we took a hike up into the mountains. So it's kind of one of those pictures our previous presenter was showing where everybody's having fun. So we got back and trying to get ready to go back again. All right, let me stop sharing and turn it over to Simay.
Frank, thank you very much for sharing all the story. That it's really impressive to see all the impact that we create for the community. So let's so actually everything we do is worth it. So like we're all connected. So we're actually creating this impact all around the world. It's amazing. So like that's why we're volunteering. That's why we need more people. We need to inspire each other to contribute and create more impact for our society. So thank you so much.
Can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was going to say PS does have funds to help with some of these projects. So, you know, let us know. We want to help.
Absolutely. So I hope we'll reach out more people and inform about our fundings and volunteer opportunities and welcome more people in the team.
Yes.
So actually, we have a few questions already in the chat. So before slightly moving to my young professional slides, I want to just ask these questions to you that they're much more relevant to your slides. So like there are some few technical questions also. What is the average total losses in the microgrids?
I have no idea. And the major criteria in Haiti is, does it work? If it works, it's good. And they're not that particular there. Obviously, we want to do as best we can with the design up front. But at the end of the day, it has to be robust and to be able to survive lots of bad weather like the hurricanes that we're enduring now. Sally is coming ashore in the U.S. and even the rain is up here around Atlanta already. And we're projected to get 10 to 12 inches of rain. So you want systems that are designed to live through those storms. And Haiti has suffered several hurricanes already, and our systems are still up and functional. So I think the answer is yes, they are robust. Losses, I have no idea.
Sure. Like actually, the most important thing is the impact we create over there. Yes. So yeah, and there are some more also technical questions, but you know, like we can always discuss, like for all the audience, like you, we're happy to discuss all of these anytime offline. So about the question was about the energy efficiency of the energy storage in the projects and so on. Well, we are always happy to share all these details with you. So we'll be happy to follow up all of them.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Frank, I will just like share a few slides from on behalf of young professionals.
Yes.
So an audience can still ask some questions. We have total like 10 more minutes or something. Yes. And here.
I wanted to leave plenty of time for questions.
Yeah, exactly. So like, meanwhile, anybody can ask your questions here. So I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so, well, actually, we really have, we are honored to have our PS president, so our leadership in the session. So we actually want to highlight one of the organizational units of PS. We are very, very big family. So we have like many technical working groups. Like we have also other affinity relevant groups like Women in Power, is IEEE Young Professionals is one of them. So I would like to just highlight what we're doing and would like to welcome you to PS and our working groups and our partner society young professionals. If you're already a member, you're welcome to connect us. And actually, as I would like to just highlight, in our industry, in our sector, is like power energy sector. So we have an energy transition trend. So like actually young professionals have a huge impact in this energy transition. And there are so many job opportunities, in particular to renewable energy. I shared some data, but also in power sector and energy sector, like by 2050, like according to this IEEE report, there are so many job opportunities. But as young professionals, we have an important impact in this transition, in this change. So like when we have this transition, so we'll create more job opportunities, more new initiatives, and we really help with our involvement. That's why, as PS young professionals, we try to identify the challenges of our members facing in their work environment and try to support them to have more recognition, to have more initiative, to have more power, to do more and create more impact, as Frank highlighted So we have a lot of highlight in the industry, in the society. So to be more beneficial and efficient in our own life and also for the society, we're just trying to support young professionals. So like we identified already so many challenges young professionals are facing, not just for PES and IEEE in general, and all the young people after the graduation. Of course, as like many of you are familiar with the time management, so we need to prioritize our life and work, and we're trying to be reactive and proactive, and we have to still do some reskills and upskills to have more benefit in our work and on our life. So we still need more growth opportunities by learning, and we sometimes have lack of interaction and dedication because like we need to control many things in life in the first 15-20 years of our professional lives after the graduation. So we have the vision to support young professionals, empower the young professionals to be more active and to be more efficient in their life and work. So we have so many opportunities and initiatives from our team. So we have actually a team, full team, representing the regions and some working groups under the young professionals, and try to have new activities all around the world. So like we have 21 committee members in the executive board of PS young professionals, and we have regional representatives all around the world to support you. So if you're not familiar with your professional regional representative, you can always reach us out. We have dedicated websites, and we are very open for collaboration. And if you want to join this team, so there's still a lot of opportunities. So we are still seeking for section reps for young professional, PS young professional, and we also have some new opportunities coming up in the new years. So like, please follow up, stay in touch with us if you want to get involved and be more active in the PS young professionals. So we have major initiatives. So like, there are so many partner society or different conferences that we have several activities. Of course, this year, many of them went virtual, but we didn't stop working. So we had so many virtual activities, and we are still planning. So there are some good news are coming up, and we have young professionals dedicated webinars, and we still get involved in the other conferences, virtual conferences. So you have opportunity to speak, interact, network, and share experience and learn from the other young professionals through these activities that we are organizing all around. And we have collaboration with a women in engineering young professional team in the global level, not only our society itself. So we collaborate with different societies as well, and also MGA young professionals. And we have Women in Power team under PS, so we are collaborating very closely. So we are organizing some mutual and joint activities with them. So our local representatives have also very close relationships. So as a PS, we are a big family. So students, young professionals, Women in Power, and the other working groups like humanitarian activities and technical working groups, they're working very closely. So like when you're in PS, you really feel the excitement and you feel the feeling of being a family. As like IEEE is actually a huge family, so same feeling. And for the several activities we did this year, we had the PS Day, so early this year. It was the early this year, so it was actually the first months of pandemic appeared, but we didn't stop. We had huge celebrations, virtual celebrations all around the world, and we are keeping these great initiatives. So we are planning new initiatives for the upcoming year. So considering all the challenges young professionals face, what we can improve better, and we will try to be more active, and we will try to provide more benefits. So I can say there will be also virtual events even in the new year, new terms and upcoming years. So that we will try to be more accessible for everyone all around the world. And I would like to thank you. We, on behalf of whole PS Young Professionals team, we have an amazing team working very hard over the years. So like, and very happy to be part of this team. I would like to thank every one of you for listening and joining this session on behalf of PS Young Professionals team. So here I will try to keep it short so we will have more time for the questions.
Thank you very much, Simay. That was wonderful. Unfortunately, Frank is no longer with us. I think he's finding some difficulty with connectivity. But
actually, probably he had another upcoming appointment afterwards, so it's probably the time for that. So it's but of course for us, like, by the way, it's a good time to give credit and thank you, because like I would like to thank whole the IEEE PS Young Professionals team here, and including you, Abdul, because you also have several heads like us, many of us. So you're part of the global PS Young Professionals team. So it's a good coincidence that we met here by this chance. So I would like to also appreciate all your hard work.
Thank you very much, Simay. I think we still have about 10 minutes thereabout. So if there are any questions, we can as well discuss that. But if there are none, I'm aware of the recently concluded Power Africa in Nairobi, and also I'm still aware that a lot of initiatives are going on within Africa and even the region. So maybe you can just take a few time to just announce that, and also guide the respective delegates on how they can actually connect.
Please do. Yeah.
So you have anything to add to that?
Well, actually, that's a good time to mention also, because I just said we had several great initiatives all around the world, and our regional reps and team members, executive team members, they're working hard to get involved in the regional activities, to collaborate with other organizational units and other technical societies. But in Region 8, like we belong to Region 8 with different roles as well. But in Region 8, so we also have amazing team like Africa representatives. Abdul is one of our Africa regional reps, and we have Sally for the East Africa, and Abdul for the West Africa. But of course, we are one team. We're not just working on one dedicated region, but actually your point of contact is our regional representative. So, and also we have team members in Europe and Middle East. So so like here, that you will hear more about our initiatives like Power Africa. So in Africa, we're planning a few new initiatives, and this year also we recently hosted a young professionals session at the Power Africa. So that was really great. So you will able to hear from us on behalf of young professionals, PS young professionals anywhere, but feel free to contact and Abdul, if you want to add something about the new initiatives coming up from Africa, please feel free.
Thank you very much, Simay. I think that's well taken. We still have time, so also the next session is going to start in 10 minutes, which is going to be a session on 5G by Professor R8vSYP, Aviation Scenario for 5Gs and Beyond. So that session will start in about 10 minutes. But before we go, one of the biggest initiative that is going on is the IEEE Smart Village initiative that is currently going on. They have this entrepreneurial, educate and illuminate kind of agenda, and many projects are currently going on, to underserved community, and also this initiative are supported by the HAC and SITE team. So you're aware of that. That collaboration is working smoothly. Recently, the Power Africa conference was avenue to unveil that. A lot of young talents were identified within Africa, and they were given the opportunity to execute some exceptional project. So it's an opportunity for everyone to explore. You can check out that in the IEEE's website. So you can apply for the young talent, and also the opportunity to volunteer for the upcoming conferences for Power are there. So you can also take up roles and be able to improve on your skills, and at the same time connect with people around the region. So I didn't see any question in the question box. Perhaps people are not aware, but the one that was asked,
Yeah,
they already attended to. So
it's great time to just remind. We still have probably 5 minutes, or do we still?
we still have about 9 minutes. They're about to go before we go off.
We actually planned this session and give some space for Q&A. That's why I just like finish 10 minutes before. I can just continue, you know, just and explain. We can have actually discuss like about role, because, you know, like in the partner society, that there is an obvious important improvement about new transition, like energy transition. So we are going more clean tech. We are going, we're just talking about energy storage, digitalization, and several other new things like prosumer concepts, like more initiatives. So there are so many entrepreneurship opportunities. So like how we create these new job opportunities and new businesses and new initiatives. So we support the deployment of the technologies in partner society and PS, young professionals. So because like we have the enthusiasm, so we have a lot of opportunity to support this. So like under the PS young professionals, and we are trying to identify all these fields and collaborate with different organizational units and support entrepreneurship opportunities, new ideas, working groups, and also in collaboration with the other professional technical working groups of PS. We're trying to identify new working groups under partner society young professionals, so our young professionals can have more improvement in their career and their they can contribute to new ideas, new initiatives. So like if you have any idea in the partnership field, so if you want to you know, just like bring your idea, and we're very open and flexible to have relevant working groups, because we would like to lead this industry and sector all together, and we will actually change. So we will take very important role in the energy transition, because like all the important reports that shows there are so many opportunities coming up for the entrepreneurship, for deployment of new technologies in clean tech, not only in clean tech, you know, like the whole partner industry. So partner society plays very important role with all the lectures, like e-learning opportunities. So we have the partner society resource center. So like you have a lot of opportunity by being a member to upskill and reskill yourself if you're not in the partners field. So you have opportunity to learn and improve your skills in the technical fields of partner society, power energy, thanks to our PS resources. So these are all opportunities from the society. So society membership brings us these kind of opportunities as an individual member. But we're aware of the role of the young professionals in 15, 20 years, by 2030, 2050. So we will be the one who's leading these changes. So that's very important. So like, don't hesitate to bring your new ideas and bring your ideas for new initiatives. So we are happy to cooperate, because we are a big family. In PS, in all around IEEE. Because as Abdul also highlighted, we have many different hats. That's why actually we are very open for the collaboration. So like, and we have a lot of impact for humanitarian activity, humanitarian field. We have impact also in our technical areas. So very happy to collaborate. If you're in the other field, if you're not in the power and energy society field. So we are happy to collaborate, because together we are stronger. So when we collaborate in different fields, if you belong to another technical society or just IEEE in another initiative, just don't hesitate to cooperate with us, and let's stay in touch.
Thank you very much, and we do appreciate all.
You're muted.
We still have about 5 minutes to go, because we still have other session. I don't know. There's a question that pertaining the cyclone, if solar panels can actually withstand the cyclone in Georgia. So I don't know if you'll be able to address that, or we'll take that offline with the questioner.
Sure, we can take it offline also. You know, just like it's of course it's possible to answer here. So I'm in my my day job and my professional life, I have the solar energy experience, and also I'm in the energy storage field for renewable energy projects and electric vehicles. So happy to take these kind of technical questions offline. So our contacts are all around, so you can find our information also offline. But I'll just like type in the chat, so you can please feel free to chat anytime during the Congress, because, you know, like with the different hats in IEEE, I will be also around entire 14 days. So please don't hesitate to text me on the platform for your technical questions relevant to solar panels. And also I'm seeing there's a question about energy storage. So happy to discuss with you if you have any technical question. And in additional, any collaboration or ideas for Power Society or any other initiative. That's why we are here. That's very exciting, right? So we are connected. So I would like to say this is amazing that how we connected, and by taking the time, probably entire week, that I will keep thanking everyone who was part of this initiative and behind this initiative, because it was a really hard work that also I have witnessed. And that's why we are all together here today, an entire week, more than thousands of people. This is impressive. This actually shows the power of IEEE volunteership. So thank you everyone who worked very hard behind this initiative.
All right, thank you very much, Simay. It was nice having you as one of our guests today to tell us about the humanitarian impact that IEEE PES are, doing. We enjoyed the session, and we hope that this will actually motivate a lot of the delegates to go into volunteering with PES and other initiatives within IEEE. I would like to thank everyone for joining this session, and just as I've said, the Greece section are going to be hosting us later in the day, and I think they are ready. But before then, we're still going to have a presentation on the 5G in a couple of minutes, and you still stick around, and let's continue to connect and network and also have fun. So take care for just meanwhile before going to the next session. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a very nice evening, afternoon, or morning from whatever you are viewing. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.